it's like to lose. To feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail all the same. Dread it. Run from it. Destiny still arrives.
Here was I was hoping we were gonna
what?
nothing, man. You put a little meat in your belly and you fucking you dwindle off.
Dwindle?
Yeah, you're slacking.
I'm not slacking.
That's old news. It's fucking all news is new news with Gary Gnews.
Gary Gnews?
From the Great Space Coaster. You know about that. What were you, like fucking 15?
No, I didn't watch the Great Space Coaster.
You were too old.
Too smart.
Oh, yeah. Too smart. Mr. Rogers, Captain Kangaroo.
Captain Kirk.
Bud Dwyer.
Hey, Spock. Beam me up and show me your penis. Is your penis as pointy as your ears? I don't think so.
This is when I know that you've drinking too many lagers.
Drunken.
Drinking.
Yeah, baby.
This guy starts.
Welcome, everybody, to another stellar episode of the Orange Men Podcast. David Clint here with you on a Friday night.
It's
Spinning the
Friday,
truth.
Dave.
Speaking the truth, saying the truth, seeing it as we say it, whether you like it or not. I think
Okay.
it goes something like that.
Sounds about right.
It's about right. We are excited. Excited to be back.
Right.
Living large and drinking some cold Yinglings. Just had some chicken wings. Feeling good. Belly's full.
Yeah, now Dave's ready for a nap.
Spill.
I need a nap.
He forgot his duties of being prepared.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's the sarcastic laughs at our show. What's up, man?
Oh, just hanging out with my friend, having some beers, drinking some beers. Feeling a little tipsy.
Yeah.
Feeling a little tipsy.
Are you?
Yeah.
In the club?
Yeah. The debates.
What about them?
I didn't see them. But I have some opinions on them. I mean, I saw some clips.
All right.
If that makes any difference.
Clips are probably just as good. You need to know you don't need to watch the whole.
Do you know who creeped me out the most?
Who?
Pence. Mike Pence.
How come?
Do you know that puppet on the Muppets?
Which one? The two old guys in the.
No. He's the prim and proper one. I got to find this guy. Talk while you.
Oh, is that what we're doing now? This guy.
Well, he's
what? So what about Mike Pence?
He's
Listen,
creepy.
He's got no shot.
He's creepy.
He's just collecting checks. He's on the stage collecting checks. Nikki Haley, she's got no shot.
They're all part of the cabal.
Yeah, well, they're all part of their
They're
career.
All dirty scuzz buckets.
Their career politician. Chris Christie, you got no shot. You're a fucking mess. I mean, come on,
If they
dude.
stayed up on the stage another 5-10 minutes, Chris Christie would have ate the rest of them.
Well, he probably would have passed out from fucking his blood sugar being too low and his A1C fucking spiking.
He's Traceba ready.
I'm Traceba Red.
Chris Christie should be a Traceba commercial.
He needs to get down there.
Fat guy dancing. Hey, I'm Traceba ready.
That Ozempic, so he gets some.
Ozempic. Ozempic.
Who else? Glenn Youngkin, Carlisle Group. Not interested. Look it up.
Glenn Youngkin.
Yeah, that's where Carlisle Group. That's where Joe Biden stayed Thanksgiving of last year, I believe, or the year before. A big conglomerate of Democratic donors, Glenn Youngkin, probably another wolf in sheep's clothing that we nominated because he was better than the guy or gal that we thought was going to be the governor of Virginia. So I think there's a lot of shit going on where I think a lot of people are saying the right things and we're agreeing with what they're saying, but I'm not really sure that they're definitely are on our side.
Be more specific.
Just in general.
Are you talking about
pastrami salami?
Swami?
Listen, I watched the Sean Ryan show with him on there. I agree with a lot of stuff he's saying, and that's what scares me because I didn't agree with Trump at first, but I understood where he was coming from. I like Vivek. I like what he's saying.
This character right here.
Oh, the fucking bird.
The bird, it's all prim and proper. That's Pence.
I like Vivek. I like what he's saying.
Vivek Ramaswamy.
But I think that's part of what scares me is that he's telling us what we want to hear, and I don't know.
Well, you seem to know a little bit more about him than I do.
Yeah. Well, I think the more that we're digging into these people, I mean, we know the career of people. We know Nikki Haley. We know Chris Christie. We know Mike Pence. We know Youngkin. We know whoever else was up on the stage. The only guy we don't really know a lot about, and we're coming into this information of him, is Ramaswamy. Like I said, I like what he was saying. I like what he's been saying. Yeah, defund the IRS, close the borders. This is all stuff I'm all about.
Mm-hmm.
Can we trust him? That's where.
Well, you already know you can't trust DeSantis, and a year and a half ago you were like, this guy's. You know what I mean? But let me just say this.
I agreed with. Well, that's what I'm saying. The more that's come out with DeSantis, and like him turning his back on Trump, and like we said, like it's either Trump or we're all fucked either way. So, and if Trump's the wolf in sheep's clothing, then we're fucked anyway.
Well,
the thing with DeSantis, I agreed with what he was doing with Florida. Now that all this stuff's coming out, and I don't like the direction with Ukraine and some of the stuff that DeSantis did without like really fanfare or the media behind it, was signing into some of the bills that he executive ordered about vaccines and stuff like that. Listen, I like what Florida's doing. I like what he's doing, but he's also a Yale, just like Vivek went to Yale, skull and bones. Like if you look through the whole history of Yale, there's a lot of fucking politicians. The year that Kerry and Bush were running against each other, they're both skull and bones guys from Yale. They both knew each other, so they putting on a show of I don't like you, you don't like me, curtain closes. Hey, how are you? That was a great job. We're doing great. We're really keeping up the perception of we hate each other and it's your side against my side. And there shouldn't be any side. It's us against those people.
Right. Let me try to simplify this for you.
I don't need it simplified.
Well,
but go ahead and
tell
the people.
I want to simplify
go ahead.
for the people out there in YouTube land. Let's make this. Yeah.
Go ahead.
All two of them. Let's simplify this.
Go ahead.
You have a stage full of swamp creatures.
Correct.
They are no better and no different than the Democrats.
No, I agree.
Period.
Yeah.
Vivek Ramaswamy is an outside businessman, billionaire, much like Trump was.
Yes.
So if you compare him to Trump, that's the reason why everybody on that stage went after him, because he's the Trump Jr. of that pack. They think they got rid of Trump.
No, I agree with you.
So now they got to set their sights on the guy who's going to take his place, and that's Vivek. When you look back at Trump's career, prior to his political career, he was a fucking libtard Democrat.
No, I know, yeah.
So
Trump wasn't what the Democrats are now. Trump was like a moderate,
right,
in the middle.
Still.
And I'm not saying he's a full-blown conservative Republican.
Still, we overlooked it.
Yes.
We trusted him.
I understand that.
And he did exactly what he said he was going to do. His problem was he brought people into his cabinet that were swamp creatures.
Yes.
He didn't know.
And this is what he was talking about with Tucker.
Right. He didn't know that the real workings of Washington. I don't think he knew how corrupt it was.
Well, that's why I try to explain, and we've kind of discussed it with like John Bolton, and like these people were put in Trump's space
Camp, yeah.
because they needed to keep and that's what Ramaswamy was saying on the Sean Ryan show was, listen, he agreed with stuff that Trump was doing, and the neocons, the uniparty, were like, well, you got to keep this guy in place. No, you can't do that. You can't do that either. But he had every authority to do these things, but he was told, nah, you don't want to do that. That's gonna hurt it's gonna hurt your image and this, your polling.
Right.
When he should have just went in and did what he fucking said he was gonna do. And we've discussed that before, where there's certain things, policies and stuff like that, we're all done and we agree with that. But like draining the swamp, and like we've said, it's deeper than
we thought.
It's not that it's deeper. It's just it's not letting go. It doesn't want to come up. It's
one of those clogged drains. It's one of those clogged sewers.
Yeah.
That you got to get a tire attached to a chain and hook it to a tractor.
Yeah.
And suck that fucking thing through.
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
And that's what Trump said on Tucker. Like he knows now that his strategy and mindset is, I'm going with the people that I trust.
Right.
And that's what Vivek was saying. I just, like I said, I agree with what he's saying. I just get worried about him getting into a position of power and then turning...
Fucking us.
Yeah.
I got you.
I don't think he's going to be president anyway. I don't think he's got enough steam. But could he be in a cabinet? Could he be in the administration? He should be. And let's see where he grows from there.
Okay. But...
the only way he's getting president is if Trump can't run, he gets knocked off the ballots, and he's like, all right, I'm going to endorse that guy.
Right, but that's not going to happen. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Let me just say this.
What's up?
If Trump, this whole 2024 election, the future of this country is Trump.
Yeah.
If he doesn't win, I don't think people realize how fucked they are.
On both sides.
Yeah. They're screwed.
Because the useful fat retards, pardon my language, are going to be just as much. Because once they start cutting you off, or you're not generating.
What?
Like generating, like you're not a person that's actually a viable American. You know what I mean? Like you're
viable American.
No, I just mean like
it's
you're
like a
not
viable fetus. It's
well,
not
yeah,
viable.
you're a listless vessel. No, but what I'm saying, like what I mean is like you're not somebody that's actually contributing to the country. Eventually, these Democrats are going to cut you off because
they're not going to cut you off. They're going to kill you or lock you up.
Well, that's where I'm going. Like if you're just a waste of space, gonna just stay on the dole, and because of 2020, because they haven't fixed anything in the 5 states that were compromised, who knows what's going to happen in this next election.
I know what's going to happen.
We're going to try, and that's the whole point of like the Rona coming back. And the thing like with Trump, what Trump was saying in with Tucker was like we have to, the changes have to be made, and he knows it. And it's like you see the same political talking points are what these other candidates are doing, and Trump's still the guy, the outlier that's telling you a whole different narrative of things that ways to work it and ways to things can be done. And they're still going with like, no, we got to keep doing this, we got to keep doing that. And
well, it's funny how the Trump Tucker interview got over 20 million views, which is more than Fox and
I think
CNN.
it's up to like 237 million right now.
Ain't that what I said?
No, you said 20 million. I think it was 20 million in like the first 5 minutes of like the regular debate.
No, the Trump
Tucker
interview
thing, I think it's up to 237 million now. Like
it was 200 million, I meant to say,
okay.
not 20 million. Sorry.
All right.
My bad.
One Yingling too many.
Yeah,
I got you.
You can never have one Yingling too many.
Well, until you're asleep. Then
then that was the last. Should have stopped.
Yeah, so 200 million views. So, but it's also global. It's not just here, but
It don't matter. It's more than all those cable news networks are getting.
Yeah.
And I have to look for it, but the DOJ is now going after fuck his name?
Tucker?
No. The guy who owns X.
Oh, Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, yeah.
Right.
having all these. Definitely had one too many. So yeah, they're going after him for something. I'm not really sure what it is, but I'm telling you, they're looking to shut that down. You wait.
Probably.
That's gonna get fucking shut down, and then what? Then we got nothing. And then they control the elections again, and then whether Trump goes to jail or not, or is able to run or not, it won't make a difference because they're in control of the elections.
What if
I honestly think they want Trump,
right?
Because that was their impetus to do what they did. He's Hitler. He's all these evil things. So
yeah, but he wasn't any of that.
I know,
and people are realizing it now.
I know, but you can justify your actions. Listen, if you were to go after the real Hitler and you were to break a lot of laws to get rid of him, everybody'd be like, "Ooh,
yeah,
thanks."
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think that's what's happening here. They're putting Trump in that Hitler genre.
Right.
And they're doing all this stuff and that they know is illegal, but it has to be done because we cannot have another Hitler.
Well, we can't have. Listen, because
that's the impetus for this whole thing, and that's why they get away with what they get away with, and no one does anything about it.
But he's not killing anybody. He didn't kill anybody before. So the literal Hitler is so fucking stupid that these fucking morons, these morons keep on saying this situation. Now, I sent you something earlier in the week, just so you can watch it. I don't know if you watch it, but what they're trying to do, like when the court dates are, it's all during, like it's after the primary. So if he's the nominee, Georgia and certain states, because it's a state charge, they can take him off of the ballot. So if he ends up going like in front of like a couple of these other states, not the federal stuff, but the state charges, and they take him off the ballot, then what? Then if he gets like through the primary, he's the nominee. But then after I think it's like March 10th is the first court date for the Georgia, somewhere in March 24th or something like that. So they're doing it, they're setting it up so that he's got to run during, he's got to go to court and all this other stuff during the presidential run that he's trying to, campaign that he's trying to do. On top of that, if he gets charged or, they found guilty for whatever reason, they can take him off of the ballot. And then what? What are we going to do? We're going to take the next closest guy, if it's Chris Christie or DeSantis or...
No, I'm done.
Or Mike Pence. Like
there is no next closest guy.
No, I know. But who's going to be on the ballot?
Who cares? At that point, don't fucking matter.
But I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get, all right, they know Trump's going to probably win the primary, without a doubt. So what can we do to upend that and get him off of the ballot? If he's not on the ballot in, let's say, 3 states, we're screwed.
Oh, no,
because you're not going to get those electoral votes.
Where stuff just pops out of your mouth. You go to hell. Whoop. See what I mean?
I got you.
So I think like it's just, with the Ukraine and everything else, like, Vivek said he's not supporting that. Everybody else is. You know what I mean? The southern border, everybody, the GOP, they're trying to close it down, but they have no real action. From what I saw, he did. You know what I mean? Like, Nobody's denounced that COVID was out of anybody on the GOP, because I don't know why they won't say it. But
yeah, they're bought and paid for it.
No, about the denouncing
who
COVID.
Said
huh?
Who said that? Was
it
Vivek?
What?
That they're bought and paid for?
Yeah, well, no, he said that.
Yeah.
Well, because
he's right.
They're establishment politicians,
right.
So they owe somebody at some point from somewhere.
Right.
But what I'm saying, like, nobody's actually come out and said, like, well, obviously China released this pandemic for this reason. And like, even like Ted Cruz, I saw him earlier today on a clip, and it's the same like he's on what, this is outrageous, blah, 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 blah. Like, go fucking do something already. I'm tired of hearing, these C-SPAN clips and, yeah, Ted, it sounds great. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. Are you going to start standing up for, like, listen.
Where's these articles of impeachment?
I don't know.
Where is this? Where's what's it? Is that what do they call it?
It should at least get through the House. We have the House.
Yeah, but prior to impeachment, what is this thing that we're talking about?
Which one?
All
Oh,
of
the subcommittee that's
impeachment inquiry.
Yeah, well, I think that passed, but
Why aren't they doing it?
I don't know. I
They're not
know
doing anything.
McCarthy said something like that's not on the agenda right now.
Yeah,
if
of
that's
course.
what I mean. That's another guy. We didn't want him to be the Speaker of the House, but because he supposedly gave in and caved into certain demands of the Freedom Caucus guys and girls,
I don't know.
they were like, all right, yeah. Well, I'm talking about like the Matt Gaetz and the Marjorie Taylor Greens and those guys.
Pumpkin. I've had my share of disappointments too.
Those guys, they gave in and was like, all right, well, we vote for you because you conceded that you will do some of this stuff for us. And then it's like he did like the first two things. And where's the rest of the J6 footage, Tucker? Where's the rest of that? He gave it to you. Just release it on Twitter. Release everything you got. Where's it at? Are you not allowed to have it? Did you not get it in your personal? Like, what happened? Where did it go? Am I wrong? Where's it at? Are we saving it for a special moment? Like, just release everything that you got already. He gave you the hours. Gave you all the video.
Well, I think he made a documentary on that and charged everybody for it.
Yeah, on News Nation, on Fox News Nation.
Right.
Or Fox whatever, Fox Nation. But that was only like a 2.5 hour little clip. Just release all the
Good
raw
night,
footage.
morons.
Just go. Let it go. Or are you playing your part in everything too? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm just a dude that drives a truck. That truck drives a dude, drinks beer, and fucking talks shit on the internet for a living.
For a living? Good luck with that.
I don't know. I'm not saying this for a living. I'm just saying I drive a truck for a living. So I'm just a regular fucking guy that sees all this nonsense. And again, we see what's going on in the real world. There's not all these problems. But here's Joe. He's on vacation. He was on 10 days vacation fucking 3 weeks ago. He's on 9-day vacation now in Lake Tahoe, enjoying a smoothie. I got my workout in for an hour and a half. I don't know what happened to the Wagner guy. I don't know who shot it down, but it was probably Putin. No, I'm sure. Sure, we didn't work it out. I'm sure we didn't pay somebody else to fucking blow that up, right? Because that's not what we do.
No, well, we need, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a United States mission because they need Putin right where he is. They need to continue the war.
I know. Well,
This guy wanted to end it.
That's another thing I wanted.
That's why he's dead.
Yeah. Well, that's with Tucker. That was the one thing when with Trump, like going back to the debates, like they're like, we need to fund, we need to help out, give them more money, give them the aid they need, give them the weapons they need. No.
Right.
And Trump's like, who wants to live like that? Who wants to have their missiles being fired at their apartment buildings? We need to stop this. We need peace. That's no way to live your life. Why is he the only guy that's against all this and everybody else is like, well, we got to keep it going? I know why. We know why. Because the money's being funneled back to all these government contracts.
Yep.
Raytheon and all these other people.
And the politicians.
And then who gets to build back Ukraine better because it's destroyed?
Yeah.
All the government contracts from here are going to help out, or contractors and builders.
Did you hear RFK with Tucker?
Part of it, yeah.
Dude, you got to listen to the whole thing.
Well, that's another one. Listen, I like what he's saying, but he's got no shot. I'm not saying I
I
would
know
vote
he's
for
got
him.
no. Well, forget about the shot. I mean, he's eye-opening.
Well, I think that's what
He's going back and telling the truth.
I think that's why he's doing it. Like he's running under presidential campaigning protections to where they can't. I mean, they're censoring them because you could still. They're not really showing it. It might show like a clip or a soundbite.
Well, they kicked the interview off of YouTube.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. So it's like you can't even find out what he's actually saying. Even if you wanted to vote for him, they're not going to put him on the ticket. They're not going to put him in they're not going to have. There's going to be no debate between that dude and Joe Biden.
Well, he explained.
None.
He explained the whole Ukrainian-Russian thing. Perfectly explained it.
Yeah, they don't want anybody on their borders.
And I've never heard anybody talk about that the way he has.
Right.
And Zelensky was planted.
Yes.
And Zelensky was actually going to sign a treaty with Russia to not join NATO.
Yeah.
So And as soon as Zelensky was going to sign it, we told him, "You do it, you're dead." And he didn't do it. He did exactly. He's a puppet. He did.
Well,
exactly
I think that's what I think that was the whole point with him coming here when Trump and him met, and then the whole phone call thing. Like, I think Trump caught on. He's like, I don't trust you, dude. So you're a little shady. I don't know what's going on with you.
Well, Trump wouldn't have stopped him from signing that treaty.
I know.
That's what Trump was talking about. 24 hours, it'd be done.
Yeah.
The treaty be signed. Everybody would have what they want.
There'd
be no missiles in Ukraine pointed at Russia.
I don't understand. Like, and we kind of briefly discussed this before here. Like, in this country, we don't have the threats of a lot of these other countries, even in Europe and stuff like that. Like, I mean, look at Israel with Palestine. I'm not picking a side here, but it's like you just getting rockets thrown at you for like 17 hours straight. Like, whether you're on Palestine or Israel, like, who wants to live like that? Or Iran and you know what I mean? Like, who? Right. That's not a life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we wake up here, we go to work. There's no, like, the threat is if you live in a major city, then maybe you have to worry about,
I can't believe you can't work that out.
Keep your head on a swivel. Oh, it's geopolitical money problems. It's all about money. Like, how much money? I'll get on this. How much money do we give Israel every year? Billions? You know what I mean? Like, that's you can't talk about that.
Right.
Why? It's billions of dollars that could be used here in this country now.
Who gives money to us?
Fucking nobody.
Well, what happens when the United States goes to shit?
There's people in this country that don't even get a tax return or return back because you may have forgot to return a library book in 2019.
Yeah, that's the next indictment.
You know what I mean? Like, in 2009, you forgot to pay this medical bill, and now we're just going to keep your return. Oh, thanks. That's
Why are we paying for the world?
We've always paid.
It just makes no sense. And we're paying people who kill and torture and maim their own people.
Right.
We pay people who won't let women go to school.
Right.
We pay people who won't let women drive.
Right.
We pay people who commit human rights violations against their citizens.
Because it funnels back.
And we continue to pay them.
Well, that's why, I don't want
doing.
I don't want to see Trump's tax returns. I don't care. I want to see Congress's tax returns. I want to see.
There's still people starving in Africa.
I know, and I wanted to get into that when we were talking about it earlier in the first show, but like, you have a country that is probably like countries over there in the African nations with the diamonds, the oil, lithium. Like, you have all these natural resources there. But who's getting that money?
China.
Where's the money going?
China.
You know what I mean? It's the people at the top, and then the fucking, you got little kids digging in the fucking mines, and yet people here are like, well, I can't get my Starbucks coffee because it's too busy. It was cold when I pre-ordered. Like,
no.
Dude, you that's what I'm saying. Like, you're living a life of luxury, and your first world problems, while they may seem trivial to you, don't really matter in the grand scheme of the rest of the globe, flat Earth, whatever you feel we're living on.
It's not flat. It's the only conspiracy theory I'm not in.
Did you see India landed on the moon?
Did they? Get out.
Yeah, some CGI generated fucking bullshit ass spaceship. I don't even know what the fuck it was.
India?
Yeah, and then Russia crashed a rock.
Well, Russia, they're all IT guys. I mean,
Russia.
Every time you call for IT, hello. Ain't no fucking American IT people that can do any fucking thing.
That's another outsourcing of
They're
our,
the only
of
smart.
Our,
they're the only smart ones
of
in
our
the world.
Governments. Oh, and then Russia crashed a rocket into the moon. So I don't nobody really knows about that.
I want to crash a rocket into your anus.
There's so much shit going on in this world right now that it's like, it doesn't even make sense. And we're
good night, morons.
We're worried about dumb shit.
I hear you.
Like, it's frustrating to watch, and I don't understand how people are still supporting this fucking geriatric.
I don't know. I remember
even Congress. Anybody listen. If you're over
100,
75, even 70, I don't care if you're fucking Trump. Everybody, you can't run anymore. You're done. Get out. The fuck out. Go eat your fucking tapioca and your rice puddings.
Hey,
Throw your
I like
slippers
rice
on,
pudding.
your sweatpants and your Mr. Rogers cardigan sweaters and go enjoy the rest of your life. That's what I don't understand too. Like, go live your life. You're 80. Go enjoy something.
they made a deal with the devil. They think they're going to live forever.
But they just might.
All right, spew the plugs, bro.
Redcom 1, get your supplements. Not only am I a user,
Yes.
I love it. Pre-workouts, protein, fat burners, and some pretty good swag. Outlawed 20 at checkout. Links are in the bio. Reaper Apparel Company, which is this hat here, and this shirt, Liberty or Death.
Hey, you guys.
Not Dave's We the People holsters. They wouldn't sponsor us.
We weren't big enough.
Dave's page wasn't big enough.
Whatever.
15% off, link in bio.
Maybe your page is.
First Warrior American Apparel. Get your ducks. If you're a Jeeper out there, get your duck Jeeps. I don't know what that's all about, but seems to be a thing. I see everybody with their Wranglers with their cool little duckies on the windshield.
All over the dashboard.
Yeah, so
I don't even know what that means.
Get your duckies from First Warrior.
Seems stupid to me.
10% off there, link in bio. And as always, my Patriot Cigar, 15% off, Orangeman in the checkout.
Whoa.
Smoke them if you got them.
Whoa.
I've heard they're good for rolling blunts. Nicaraguan rolled.
Nicaraguan.
No, Nicaraguan. Not what you said.
It's Nicaraguan.
I don't know, man.
There's no R in there. Nicaraguan.
All right.
Orange man out.
Ice!
Wait, where's the button? There it is. See ya.
So long, gay boys.